Soybean School on RealAgriculture.com is brought to you by Pride Seeds, Cruiser Max Vibrance Beans, and High Stick NT.
Hi, Bernard Tobin here today with RealAgriculture.com. We are here in Brampton, Ontario at Centimary Seeds, and we're joined by Tim Montague of Huron Commodities. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Bernard.
Hey, we want to talk a little bit about IP soybeans today. You know, I think the market has really come back, been pretty robust this year. You're looking at about 25% of the soybeans potentially being IP soybeans. You know, is that accurate, Tim? Is that what the market's looking like?
Yeah, definitely. Since about 2008, we've seen a bit of a decline in acres, but as premiums increased this year and soybean prices in general are good, definitely going to see more acres, more new growers this year.
Yeah, new growers, that's a key thing we want to talk about today. But I guess we want to kick it off, Tim, with a little to-do and to not to-do list that you put together for first-time growers and growers in general at seeding, and it really starts with your contract and reviewing that contract and starting a file for your contracts.
Yep, definitely. I recommend everybody start a file, whether it's with your iPad or your smartphone or just the regular old paper file. You want to make sure all your records are in place and in the same spot so they're easily accessible. You know, and that starts with the contract. So I tell guys, we signed the contract probably early winter. Before planting, get out your contract and review all the specifications, all of the things we should do before planting. And then, put that in the file along with your seed tags, when your seed's delivered, your field maps, your planting date, rate, all your spray records. So we have all that information easily accessible when we need to find it.
So you got your information, then you got to get out and really inspect your handling equipment. Make sure it's clean, right?
Yep, definitely. That's where a lot of things can go wrong. Particularly if you're planting maybe a different variety or GMO soybeans, you need to look at all pieces of equipment, everything from the wagon, the auger, the belt if you're using, all the way through all your planting equipment. And especially if you're using a custom operator, they're not always aware of all of the protocol, so make sure they're well educated on what's required so you don't risk losing your premium due to somebody else's mistake. Yeah,
or people not really know what the protocols are, right?
Yeah.
Next point on your list is really about starting with a clean field, right?
Yeah. When anybody thinks about IP soybeans, they think about how much of a hassle weed control is. So we need to make sure we don't cheap out on weed control. We need to start with a clean field. So whether in no-till soybeans, that's starting with a burn down, or in a conventional field, making sure all those weeds are gone before we start planting. And we always want to make sure we put down a residual herbicide to give it a nice clean start. And if we have to clean up with a post-program after, then that's the best route to go. Two-pass system has shown to be not only the most profitable, but the most successful as well.
Right. And the final point, I guess, for kicking this crop off in the spring, is starting with certified seed.
Definitely, that's the start of an IP program. That's how we improve, or that's how we know the customer knows that they're getting the variety they need. And it's
the traceability all the way, right?
Yeah, traceability is key throughout the program, and also you want to treat that seed with respect. You want to handle it as gentle as you can. You want to make sure you get that good seed treatment on. If you're going into less than ideal conditions, you want to make sure it's inoculated. You just want to make sure you give that crop a nice healthy start, as you would any soybean crop.
Yeah, and the key is here, it's a food crop, right?
Definitely. It's the end use is food, and we need to make sure we treat it that way. And if you're using certified seed with treatment, we want to make sure we don't use any of that handling equipment to handle the end food product.
Right, exactly. Well, hey, Tim, thanks for your tips today. As I say, we're gonna get out, we're gonna get seed some crop, and then we're gonna have Tim back in throughout the year or at different stages of the crop. And we're going to talk about some tips for, as I say, storage, harvest, and other parts of the year. So thanks again for your time today, and let's get the crop to the ground.
Yep, thank you.